Hi, this is AUNTY FLO again. This week I will be reading my third story of this four-story series for this particular book. And this one is called The Black Sheep. Unfair treatment within siblings, usually referred to as a black sheep. And this is written by me, AUNTY FLO. And just remember, the prior 2 Mondays I read my first story, which was the 2x10 liquor store robberies. The second week was Just One Baby with no specifications. And this is my third week, so let's get started with the Black Sheep story. Now this, of course, is a fictitious story, also written by AUNTY FLO. And this story is about Greta Sykes, who was born on February 2nd, 1980. She was the third child of 5 siblings. She had an older brother and an older sister, and a younger sister and a younger brother. And they were all approximately 2 years apart, with the older sister born on July 23rd, 1976, the older brother born on December 13, 1978, the younger sister born on September 9th, 1982, and the younger brother born on January 23rd, 1984. Their mom and dad's names are Gary and Joanne Sykes. Now, they weren't rich, but they, were a medium income family, because Gary always worked for the town steel mill, and Joanne worked as a teacher's aide at the Berry Hill Elementary School, where all of her kids attended, and she too had been on this job for at least 20 years. They felt they had a fairly close and happy family, and kids on the right track. The older sister was very smart in school and actually taught her younger siblings their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s prior to starting kindergarten. The older brother was sort of an adventurer. And the reason I say that is because he would do things like tear a brand new radio apart just to see if he could put it back together again. Needless to say, he got some severe punishment for that. Okay? Greta always felt like the black sheep because the mom always expected her to make sure the house was cleaned and the dinner was prepared for the kids, since neither parent got home before 8 p.m. and were off only on the weekends. Sometimes, or most of the times, the other siblings would not cooperate, which made Greta end up doing all the work around the house. And when she let her mom know this, she would just say, "Hush, stop complaining," and say, "Look how hard I worked." Greta would feel so frustrated. After she became 14 years old, she thought about running away. But then after she would cool off, she would change her mind. She mentioned this to her dad about 6 months later, and he discussed it with her mom, and they both kind of shoot it off because actually they really didn't understand her complaint, since the house was always clean, clothes washed, and dinner was always prepared. Greta was very organized. She would start dinner, do her homework, then straighten up the sofa, vacuum the floors, dust furniture. The only thing that she would make the siblings do is pick up their shoes, backpacks, jackets off the sofa and the table and floors, because she was known to throw them in the trash if they left them there. Greta really resented her parents and siblings because she felt that she was being treated really, really unfair. By the time Greta was 16 years old, her older brother and sister had graduated from high school and were attending a local community college, but still living at home and still lazy. They did well in college, but did not help around the house. Greta resigned with the fact that her only way out was to get straight A's at school and apply for an academic scholarship, or scholarships rather, to certain universities out of state, and that way she could finally have a social life. And what do you know, she graduated with a 4.0 GPA and was granted an academic scholarship to the University of Missouri, and could not wait to leave for school in the fall. She went to visit that university in her senior year in high school and signed herself up without her parents' help. Once Greta got to Missouri, she immediately got a job as a maid, and that family paid her well because they were so pleased with her cleaning skills. And then when they found out she could cook, they offered her their guest house to live for free as long as she worked there and attended college. She lived close enough to the university that she was able to catch just one bus to and from school. They paid her so well that she was able to save up $5,000 and bought herself a very excellent running economy car that lasted the entire 4 years she was there in school. Greta would always go home on Thanksgiving and Christmas, but she would always rent a hotel room, and her mom asked her why. She responded, "So I can relax and not have to clean up after everybody." The mom looked at her and said, "The house has not really been clean since you left." Once Greta graduated with a BS degree in clinical psychology, she moved back home and got a job as a well-known clinical foundation that paid her well. She bought a house after renting a one-bedroom apartment for a while. She also started her own practice and excelled. In the meantime, the older sister and brother still taking classes, and the younger two just got GEDs. Her mother scheduled a dinner with Greta and broke down crying and begged her forgiveness because she did not realize how much she helped her all those years and how unfair she treated her without realizing it. Greta told her mom that she forgave her and her dad and siblings a long time ago, and how that experience has propelled her to the position she is in today. Just as she said that her dad came in the restaurant and joined them. He too asked for forgiveness, and they all hugged and expressed their love for each other. But then the mom says, "Wait, we know we cannot make it up to you for what we've done, but we wrote out a living trust and we delegated 50% of everything we own to go to you, and the other 50% go to the other 4 children." Greta was totally surprised and really did not know what to say. So they all just hugged again, and then they had a wonderful dinner and just simply enjoyed each other. Lesson learned. That all goes to show you that sometimes an unfair situation can be changed from a lemon to lemonade. So cliche, it's so true. The end.